Okay. All right, all right, all right. We should be good. Except I have a few. Oh, right. Okay. No, I know what I need to do now. Okay, so, multi. I already gave it to Barb, so I need to now put it in Discord under the multi-channel in FNF Media. Okay. Excuse me. Multitasking, multitasking. Sometimes I space out and completely forget what I'm doing, and, you know, shit just happens. Cool. Alright, that is set. And now we're just waiting for the first round to begin. Alright, Barb, how you doing?
Doing great. I was just telling Chad how I've been drinking margaritas all day, and I'm pretty happy.
Alright.
Pierce is naked on my screen now.
Yep, they all spawn naked, but...
Well, listen, man, I'm just... Naked people on my screen, that usually makes me happy.
Where do I recognize this map from?
I've actually never seen this one before. It almost looks like
I saw it
an
a
alternate
few years
Palau.
ago, I think.
Few years. Damn, it's that old?
But I don't think so. I think I'm recognizing the terrain, but looking at the towns, I think this is a new one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Because I definitely haven't heard this one before. But that's not it's not unheard that I, just don't know a map exists. But
Well, I mean, this is, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but, you know, coming from me.
yeah, exactly. So I'd say between the both of us, well, let's tentatively agree that this is a new map. But it looks great. 3 islands, kind of a desert arid thing. Big one has a desert
I'm doing all right,
to
call me
arid
Ham. Sorry, I'm just admiring a new map.
biome.
You know?
That's pretty cool. But for now,
This is
let us
definitely a
focus
new one.
on
Interesting. Yep. So, sorry, I get caught up because, I mean, I didn't see Senegasta until I saw it in FNF. So
Yeah,
now I'm
same.
looking around on this one. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, my
what campaigns
curiosity
have I had
is-
on the shelf for 3 years that this could potentially fit? And
Yeah,
those
right.
cogs start spinning. So, ay. But this is made by Maz, and it appears to be some sort of assassination fight. Do you want me to read
Yeah.
background, or do you?
Do you have everything set up? You need any extra
I have everything
time?
set up. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go for it. All you.
right. All right, background. It is October 3rd, 1993. U.S. Rangers as
Send in
well as
Goat
Delta
Team
Force have launched
6
Operation Gothic
now.
Serpent. Delta Force
Time
and
flies when
Rangers
you're
that
flying
launched
tanks.
a raid deep into Mogadishu. This is Black Hawk Down. Mogadishu to snatch 2 key members of the SNA force faction. Excuse me. The plan is to be in and out in 30 minutes, but SNA leader Mohammed Farah Adid is not to be underestimated. After 2 UH-60s, Super 61 and Super 64, are shot down, the plan now shifts to extracting the pilots. However, the Rangers and Delta Force must wait for backup to arrive to bail them out. Environment is urban. Notes: Blue 4 must protect the HVTs and secure the crash site while waiting for evac. How long can Blue 4 hold out? Mission rules: VIPs may not leave the city's blue dotted area nor enter helicopters. In addition, VIPs may not hide in the water. Doing either will result in a smite from the admins or an automatic game loss. Ooh. Game mode is going to be Assassination. There's 3 HVIs. One being played by Side, Massive _ Ways, Nomad with No Dad, and Coda. Those are the 3 HVIs, and they are pilot slots from the looks of things.
I like how sideways it carries its side.
Yeah, the massive _
Ways.
counter there. Otherwise, no magnified optics, no NVG equipment, no defender points, and 800 meters max view distance, which doesn't really matter for a CQC urban environment. Otherwise, map settings: AT rounds, 2 specifically for Blue 4. Op 4 get 1 HE round and 2 AT rounds there. Uniforms: Blue 4 have the 2000s Iraqi army camouflage for Blue 4's faction, mainly US, made by Maz, of course. Loadouts is going to be M16A3s and Colt carbines, 249s, 240 Bravos for the support weapons. Light anti-tank's going to be a 136. Recon gets the M24. Marksman get the choice of either suppressed Mark 14 or an HK MP5 SD variant, so it's integrally suppressed. And then crew and aviation get a choice of an MP5 or a Colt carbine. Nothing under crew serve weapons. Asset-wise, they get 4 HMG Humvees, excuse me. 8 transport Humvees, 1 LAVC, so it's just the one with the the EMA 240 that you have to turn out to utilize, and then an armed UH-60 with miniguns. Minigun ammo is down to 1,831 rounds per, so they've lowered it, I think, to maximum is 2,400 per side, so it's 2.4, so it's 66%. Okay.
Yeah, so they're simulating. You know, they've been in this AO for a little
so.
while. They don't have full ammo, but they got.
Hope you get a nice kick
So
out.
still a good reserve.
Otherwise, Op 4 are down to the modern African militia kits that Maz has made. Quick breakdown on the roster: you have platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leaders, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, GRIR, grenadier, infrared, or IR. Sometimes I just say infrared there, but they have 40mm cameras that they can fire into the air and then use a terminal to interact with. Gives them a nice top-down view. It has normal vision and night vision, great for scouting. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer. They get explosives, the choice of 3 AT mines, 2 tripwire flare mines, and 2 tripwire HE mines. Those are together. 2 satchel charges or 4 satchel regular explosive charges that you can also turn to throwable. The satchels are much bigger than the regular charges. Light anti.
I like the big boom.
Yeah, we all do. Light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1 an assistant, medium anti-tank 2 an assistant, recon infantry suppressed. Designated marksman, which looks for blue 4 appears to be an SVD. I'd imagine, or excuse me, for Op 4, my bad. For blue 4s, I'd imagine it's going to be a Mark 14 DMR variant with a bipod. But they might also have Mark 11s. I'll see if I can try to scout that out. Sniper, we'll see what he gets. That looks like a T5000 though. Crew leader, crewman, pilot, medics, and then the base kit. Loadouts are going to be AKMs and AKSs mainly. RPKs, PKPs for the support, machine gun equipment. Light anti-tank's going to be an RPG-26 recon with that T5000. Then the choice of either 45 round AKSs with the 45 round RPK mags and AS Vals, which are 20 round 9x39, which are hit and miss. I always prefer the 45 round AKS, but that's just me. And then crew and aviation out of the PP2000 or an AKS. Nothing on the crew served weapons for them. Assets, they have 2 PKM Helixes, 2 Dishka Helixes, 1 transport Helix covered, 2 Datsun pickups, 2 vans, which are the vanilla ones, transport vanilla off-road, and an, I think that's a Cup Land Rover, but it's probably from 3CB. Yeah, Faction 3CB. Correct. Otherwise, no green for this side, but that is pretty much it for the breakdown of assets. Do you want me to do sides and faction, and then I can, you can do AO?
Sure, let's go for it.
Yeah, righto, DDAC, welcome. All right, for the sides, we're going to start with blue 4, because they're at the top. Despacito, commanding for Platoon HQ. I'm going to keep calling him that until he yells at me. Otherwise, we've got Killer Wolf as X-Ray lead, Thyrab as the medic, Stek Pro taking the sniper role, Mackenzie being the 2IC, and then Appa is taking an MP5 suppressed, and Gur taking the Mark 14 suppressed. All right, Vagrant leading Alpha HQ. Falcon taking a vehicle crewman role, so he's going to take an MP5 and be part of the vehicle crew there. We also have Sai, Grav, Sushi, Tender Banner, Leg 2, better than first leg. Tymek Collins.
That's a good name. Sorry.
Bad Reki, Fez, Brovix, and Kevin. I'm going to quickly skip through all of their weaponry. I don't see a marksman kit. There should at least be 1 marksman per the 2 teams. I'm not finding it, so I'll keep checking. They just might not have picked the role. Dreek leading Bravo HQ. Anderson going to be another vehicle crewman because he has that MP5 and he has the crew helmet. Bravo 1, they're keeping the team separate. We got Warwick leading with Wheaton, Miller, Coolbreeze, Wiki, Martin, and Fist. I'm not seeing any marksmen at all, so they just might
Sablon,
not have any.
Charlie 1, Sablon has a Mark 14 with a scope and a bipod.
Okay, yep, I see that. So it is the DMR marksman
I think vanilla,
version.
isn't it?
No, that one isn't vanilla. It's RHS.
Ah, okay.
No, wait. Let me look at it again. It's not vanilla, because the vanilla only has the Mark 14 wood finish and the Mark 18 EBR. That's a Mark 14. I think that's from NI Arms, which a lot of it got ported over to 3CB factions because it doesn't look like an RHS model. It's a little too pixelated. Looking at Sablon's POV, RHSs are a bit more clean. But yeah, I would imagine that's probably from NI Arms ported over to 3CB. But Otherwise, we have found that answer out. Otherwise, going through Bravo 1, Warwick leading Wheaton, Miller, Cool Breeze, Wiki, Martin, and Fist. I think we're went over that. Nielsen leading for Charlie HQ, Charlie 1 being led by Montgomery.
Yeet, yeet.
With Chine, Bates, Sablon, Sholand, Norris with a medic kit. All right. And Sprawlden. I always like to note Norris because he's made some pretty exceptional plays in the past when he's given a machine gunner role. Otherwise, Charlie 2 being led by Barnes with Eck and Squeaks as a vehicle crewman. My bad. That's for Charlie 2, so it's just Eck and Squeaks being under Barnes, who is leading. My bad. Sorry to stumble on my words. Delta HQ appears to just be one group merged together of Pepega Pirates, with Arma Jesus leading with Flux, Michael, Guy Fury, Kikir, King, and Sharky. Hotel 1 has Side, Nomad with No Dad, and Coda. These are the VIP pilots that are going to be trying to survive. They're the objective themselves. And then LeBroy and Blam are going to be taking Hotel 2, which is the UH-60 crew. So they're only going to have one UH-60 gunner for it, which I agree with. That just means it's going to have a lot of ammo to work with, especially in an urban CQC environment. I'm going to be really curious to see how that UH-60 plays out. Otherwise, Op 4 being commanded by Pierce. Now, quick note on Pierce. He did command in EU. He did lose that round. Pierce comes up with some really weird strategies sometimes, but that one he played pretty well in my opinion, but Blue 4 had this really awesome maneuver that just completely bypassed all of his defenses. So we'll see how Pierce does in attacking, but I note that for people that want to make prediction bets. Patriot leading X-Ray with Seismo and Lolo. Lolo taking the sniper, Seismo being the medic, Olaf being the 2IC for the group, Snatch Goblin going with an AS Val, and Sam, I can't tell what he
also
has. Looks like also an AS Val, okay.
Yeah, if you click on him, the little icon on the
weapon
bottom.
just switched. All right, so both taking AS Vals. Interesting choice. I would have gone with the AKSs personally for that CQC range with that extra ammo, but I know people also like the short range with an AS Val because it has a better piece of stopping power. But
I think it's also got a higher firing rate, but obviously with only a 20-round mag, that goes out much quicker.
Yeah. So Arcane leading Alpha HQ. He's got Lorenzo, Yuan, Diego, Chaos, Wise.
Diego.
I can't pronounce for shit. Revenge, Zombie Sniper, Wayne, Fetty, Genry, Korvac, Circles, Artisan, Jokero, Muniz, and Shut together. Bravo HQ being led by Farks, Bravo 1 but led by Yanni with Iander, Whiplash, Maz, Green Shade, Cindy, and Nemesis. So we're seeing both Pepega members and Scandi Recon members, which we normally only see in full force in EU. A lot of bleed over today into NA. That is quite nice. Otherwise, Bravo 2 has Raul, Buster, Typical, Sly Zyle, Arcor, and Tech. Charlie HQ has Steve, Azuki, Hunover, Ilbanek, Saddam, Ace, Swola, Ash, Drago, Banks, and Chow. Delta has Lurch, Nuclear, Goat, Mito, Stretch, Catnip, and Savan. And then Dooley is alone in Charlie 2. I didn't see Bay anywhere. Did you? I think Bay's taking the night off.
Probably, yeah. I saw Bay during EU, but I'm not seeing them.
I don't see him for NA. So Bay is
here tonight.
I would argue right now the top player of FNF. If Falcon were to play for a few more months, I feel like he'd knock Bay off that slot just in terms of KDs. But then again, it is a bit tough for Falcon because Falcon, first round of EU, he went 15-1. Second round, I think he went 1-1, and then round 3 he went 0-1 or something. So technically 0-2, and then round 2 he did do, I think, 1-2 because he got desync killed twice by people doing stupid shit. But I think those deaths statistically still count, so he technically would have gone like 16-4 for the night, which is still a decent KD, but pretty damn funny.
All right.
How about AOs, buddy?
All right. So looking at the AO, we have the town
thanks for the 5-month
city
resub.
of quote-unquote Mogadishu.
The operations. Hope you understand
we have the two sites, Super 61 in the north and Super 64 in the south. Sideways is confined to the southern one. He is alone, but the Super 61 has both Coda and Nomad with No Dad. They are, of course, confined to that as well. So very interesting premise here as far as a mission perspective. Blue 4 forces have to divide themselves and defend both of these crash sites, and they don't have the time to defend really or set up, hey, this squad watch down this road, this squad watch this flank, so on and so forth. They have to just go in and do what they can with what they got. Because Red 4 have these technicals and they're less than a kilometer out. I'd say they're less than a kilometer out from Super 64, so that combined with their technicals, they're going to get there in a flash. So we should see a good bit of maneuvering from Red 4 using all those technicals. Between the transport and the armed ones, there's a lot of stuff for them to use. And so I'm hoping that Pierce kind of just lets his forces have a bit of fun, more or less, but we'll see. Actually, let me check this, the briefing again.
While you check that, I just want to comment. Officially, Blue 4's VIPs cannot go past this dotted line. However, if they leave the yellow zones, their position is actively broadcasted on the map to any Op4 member checking their map.
Yes. So that's exactly what I was just checking. So they can leave these yellow boxes if they want, but if they do, they are essentially marked for death.
Yep.
And we'll say civilians are relaying their position to the Op4 forces.
Sure.
But yeah. So they can't, and I think what they're saying with the helicopters is that it's just a trigger, function thing where if they get in one of the helicopters, they're not able to, like, they disappear more or less. Although it says they have the helicopter, but they don't. Neither the helicopter wrecks are the enterable kind. So I don't know what helicopter. Oh, there's also a force way out to the west that is coming in now.
Yes.
Ah, I missed that. So this force is now coming in with
that
all
has
the Humvees,
Humvees and
the
UH-60.
Blackhawk, yeah, all that stuff. So they're coming in quickly to support, but also have the Red Fort that they're racing against the clock. Starting to see people move out. We have Patriots team actually dismounting here at this little shanty town. I don't know why they're.
I don't really know either.
Here. They're X-ray, but they're not gonna. They're still like 500 meters outside of the barrier of town, like the perimeter. So I don't know what they're doing, but we'll
Op4 is
see.
dismounting a lot of their forces way on the outside, or just walking in here.
Is Pierce having a Pierce moment?
Pierce, I think, is having a Pierce moment.
No, Pierce. Why are you walking? You have all of these trucks. I swear to God. I'm actually upset at this. Maybe he misunderstood the brief or the situation, but yeah,
I don't know.
This is gonna this should give Blue 4 a really big upper hand, as long as LeBroy doesn't crash that helicopter, and he will not. Not yet,
I mean, now that the UH-60 is gonna land, deploy its troops, the rest of the infantry are coming in via Vic, so now that UH-60 can just head south and start picking people off in the open. I don't know why Op4 didn't just like rush up to the shanty towns and dismount, because Blue 4 was stuck to the northern side. So it's a weird call, but
it's a very weird call, and it is pretty much the opposite of what I wanted to see. I really wanted Pierce to let them off the leash as soon as the round started, but it seems like he's holding that leash even tighter.
Now it's going to be a really
this situation,
a pretty nasty town assault. Because, I mean, we have Op4 starting to push a few of their forces in. They're checking this hill instead, but I'd imagine the UH-60, it might be going back for Anderson?
Maybe?
Or it's just going to land to be on reserve. Yeah, they might just be going for a landing, which I also don't understand.
Yeah, I mean,
it just looks like your bet went
okay,
through.
so I'll assume that Pierce is trying to regroup his forces to the south of the city and then move them in kind of all at the same time down these avenues. But the time that they're spending, or maybe he's trying to fake out Blue 4 by going, no, they're not attacking from the south immediately.
Barb. Don't try to explain it. I've stopped trying to explain what Pierce does.
They're coming from the west.
I've learned not to question what Pierce does. All right, I just look at it and I go, okay, that's an interesting strategy. It's really relying on the UH-60 not coming in and starting to gun people down, but
yeah, which it is just kind of flying around low. Anderson is just chilling at base, so
thanks, Cobalt. And they're still being slow to move into the town. Like, I don't.
This could be attributed to the fact
honestly,
that this is a new map and they haven't played this before.
I also,
Pierce,
I also think they think that Blue 4 was gonna rush down to the south immediately and set up defenses or something.
So what I'm trying to say is The second lieutenant can't read the fucking map, so he fucked
I mean,
up the plan.
realistically, maybe he was also fearing that the Humvees were immediately going to press out into the town and counterattack, which is that one's a plausible fear. But now we're having the UH-60. It's deliberately flying over the southern side of the town to check where infantry is, but now they're going to notice that everything's down to the south.
So that's surprise boosted.
You just had a long-range AT shot actually land right next to a technical.
I don't think they even noticed.
The question is from where?
And so see, this is just confirming all of, you know, whatever thoughts Blue 4 has. It's, you know, been
They're all just out there.
Yeah. They're just standing there.
Menacingly. Get out of there, Op 4.
Get out of there, Commander. They're coming right for you. We do have a bunch of them now pushing up the coast, which...
I just want to see Blam start ripping into people.
I'm with you. I'm just going to drink my margarita and make the bad thoughts go away.
Yeah. Because Op 4 is in a very dire strait here. Thankfully, the UH-60 doesn't really know what to do at this point. The tactics are confusing the aircraft so much that it doesn't know that if it were to just do orbitals right now and stay behind the vehicles, it would just tear them to hell apart. So, because these Vics only have a limited front arc, they can't turn 360 on the back. Because that's how 3CB limits them. See, the issue is if they keep flying in front of where the vehicles are, though, they'll still keep being a threat.
Yeah, don't forget, these do have dish guns. It's only going to take...
Yeah, they will tear that helicopter apart if the helicopter lets it.
Roy's chopper is beeping. Going first person, it is yelling at him, so they've definitely taken...
They did get a kill, though. Blam was able to kill Lorenzo in Alpha HQ. Even rockets are going up there. But yeah, I don't really understand LeBroy's flight pattern here as well. He's now lowering to the coast.
That's a little... Yeah, he's really going low to that coast, man. He's going real low in that coast.
Did his engine sound like it was... hit?
Nope, it sounded good.
Did it sound like he was spooling down?
No, it was full. I think he was trying to lower and he just lowered way too quick. Also, the helicopter is floating.
Well, Super 65 is down.
Get the Navy. We need the Navy.
Jesse, that's a good one. Holy crap, Blue Fort, they're bringing in a boat now. Oh, wait, that's just a crash helicopter. Never mind. I hate to criticize people's plans or what they do in an op, but I feel I'm really confused here.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't think the plan was to shoot the helicopter on the outside because you don't need the infantry for that. You just need your Dishka Humvees to, or excuse me, Dishka technicals to do that. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to defend it. Let's just play on and see what the hell happens.
Interestingly, so they, the pilots for Blue 4, the HVIs, they have abandoned the Super 64 crash site, and whoever was down there, I think it was sideways.
Yeah, he pulled back, I bet, to the north.
Yeah, he went to the open ground.
Yeah.
And all three are inside the Super 61 crash site.
One of the Dishka techies just blew the shit up. That might have been a different one, but...
I'm not sure if I would have gone with that or putting all three pilots in the Super 64 site. So, because the Super 61 is a lot smaller, but the Super 64 you have in that
yeah,
position,
but look at where Blue 4 sent with their defensive lines. I mean, with that peninsula, they have a much better defensive line to set up, whereas the 64 site
they can set up a very effective line just going across that.
Literally bordering the slums. But, I mean, now with, there's literally 4 MSRs. Or is there 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's 5 roads in and out, but Blue 4 has 4 M2 Vics. So just literally pick one that you're not going to lock down with an M2 and keep an M2 down each one of them. It's
yeah, it's not that
It's just going to turn into a really bad throw your face against the brick wall and get it bashed in at this rate.
We're seeing a big smoke push coming along that eastern coast, and that should provide a bit of visual concealment for these guys to push up. We see Nemesis, Cindy, Whiplash, Maz all at the front of it.
Yeah, but they're fighting Pepega, which means they're going to cancel each other out.
Yeah, and it's going to be a bloodbath either way. So we'll see what they're able to do in the CQC. We have Flux trying to fall back now as he feels the pressure coming up on him. But Cindy, I played with these guys on an EU round 1. I mean, they're Scandi. What more do you want? They're just very solid crew, very good chemistry, especially.
I don't know, just this pure defensive line on Blue 4. We're going to see if something can pierce it, but...
And actually, we're seeing Pepega start to fall back. They're doing the whole bend, don't break idea. And we see Cindy and Flux right in the buildings next to each other. Flux tries to run away. Can Cindy catch him? No. Runs up those stairs super quick.
And Flux immediately returns fire and takes Cindy's head off. All right.
Wow, that was a real 180.
So, fun fact, statistically, Flux is actually one of, if not the best, Pepega Pirates members in terms of KD. I didn't know that.
What, just Flux's ability?
If you look at the leaderboards for stats, which aren't 100% accurate, they're about 85% accurate.
There are leaderboards?
Yeah, on a website that someone manages, and I've been yelled at not to use, but I'm like, then what stats do I use? Because they are somewhat accurate, but anyway.
Anyway. Yeah, definitely the names you see all the time. I mean, it's always situational, but you put these guys in enough situations,
AZ just went in on them.
Eventually they're going to come out on top, you know what I mean?
Looks like Op4 X-Ray, they might try to go in the western bank to pick off some of Blue 4's western defensive line, but...
We got this whole cluster of Red 4 here.
Banks just took out another member of Pepega. I think that was Nem.
Drago, Smola, all these guys over here, they're just getting hammered with GLs. And right up against that back wall, it is splashing all that shrapnel down onto them.
Long-range fire going out as well.
So yeah, the X-ray guys on the west, I could see him trying to do something with setting up on the western side of the bay and trying to snipe across, but it's going to be very limited effectiveness.
You know, based off of where these barricades are, I get what Maz was going for. He wanted Op4 to basically charge in and do a close dismount, and then Blue 4 to harass their flank as they pushed in. But this is instead turned into line warfare, and it's pretty brutal for the attackers at this point. And I honestly don't get what the plan was. Maybe they were being cautious over the UH-60. Maybe they feared that Blue 4 was going to immediately counter-rush the Humvees. I don't know. It's a weird call.
Now that Bravo and Bravo 2, they're pushing in along that same eastern coast to support the rest of these guys, Charlie. Maybe Pierce is trying to go for a two-layered attack kind of thing, like send the reinforcements where they're needed. But that just turns us into even more of a meat grinder, because you go, oh, hey, where's the most resistance? Where are our guys getting hypnosed? Let's go send more people there.
One thing I do want to point out, though, that I've been seeing is there's been a lot of GL and AT use against infantry, which is a great thing to do in CQC environments and urban environments especially, because there's just less area for people to hide. People are more concentrated, and I've been seeing it do quite a bit of damage. Now we've got a Dishka Humvee that's pushed up. I keep calling it a Dishka Humvee. Dishka techie that's pushed up on the coast and immediately took machine gun fire from just some Blue 4 guys down here, and they keep suppressing down that actual coastal area, which is completely open. So it's just been a mess at this point.
And that's the thing. These technicals, they are not line breakers. They need to stay mobile in order to be effective, because the moment that a team, even a buddy team, is able to focus fire onto it, it's going to get shredded. And the technical team knows that, but they have no real way to do this because of the time that Blue 4 was given to set up their defenses.
I feel like the techies were just here to assault the chopper. All right, we got Flux under fire. Maz about to catch him out in the open. Flux runs back. Last shot knocks him out. Maz now going to run over and double tap, but Leg now firing up at him. Great drop by Maz, but he is the forward-most op-4 guy here, and he's in a sea of blue 4.
Yeah, and I think he knows it.
Leg now watching that upper position. Trying to keep Maz pinned if he runs out. There's Leg getting the shot.
Very nice. So yeah, Blue 4's defenses, they're bending, not breaking. As long as they don't give up that territory, Red 4 is going to run out of people at this rate. We have all of Scandi just completely decimated. So that's all of Bravo 1.
So I just witnessed, who was that? I think that was Patriot. I swear I just saw an Op4 guy kill another Op4 guy. Because I see an Op4 body, I saw a GL go into that body. I don't know anymore. Someone in chat saying they're kind of pissed how the UH-60 was flying. I'm like, well, I mean, there's already 2 crashed UH-60s in the AO. That kind of shows you their level of flying tonight. And then the third one, actually flown by the player base, has the same reaction. I mean, We got Op4 firing up into the Minaret Tower. I guess because someone thought they saw something up there, but there was a Blue 4 guy up there, actually. He's already dead. All right.
That was Ilbanek killing Sharky, who was playing his first ever FNF. And he was so excited because he was in a squad of gamers, and then just gets breached rapidly. This ain't TMTM, buddy. The AI is not going to be your friend.
What do you mean? Don't you have lambs now? The AI is definitely not your friend, because it just headshots your ass.
That's true, but it's nothing like FNF, especially someone like Ilbanek. And there he is in my chat. Hey, Sharky. Don't worry, you got 2 more rounds after this one, buddy. But yeah, Red 4 is starting to make some really close skirmishes on this western side, and this is X-Ray, which is not ideal.
Great GL out by Patriot, knocking Sablon out. But again, it's a lot of GL play today in this first round. Dreek trying to find an angle on Korvac as he crosses the street. Isn't able to land the shot.
Sabon wakes back up, so he's able to keep going. But really, this has been a great lesson in defensive structure for from Blue 4.
Ilmanek trying to catch Michael out of position. Michael runs upstairs, runs out of leeway, finishes the mag, turns around and delivers the kill.
Mikkel.
As a member of Pepega, he's capable of performing some exceptional bullshit plays, and that right there...
On the rail and
just literally dodge it to a circle with only a little bit of balcony and then turn around and pop frickin' Ilbanek in the face. Meanwhile, Ilbanek has a frickin' PKP and is still unable to land the kill. Pepega are gifted in the ability to just survive through absolute bullshit. Just goes to show, if you add a little bit of mobility to you running around while you're getting shot at, sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, though. I've seen, literally in the last branch, a few hours ago, I saw 2 separate people immediately sprint in a direction as they were taking fire, and they literally ran into the gunfire and then got headshotted. It was
real quick,
quite hilarious.
Poking out a roof. Down that road, we have Savan in one of the technicals, and he, Armor Jesus has a 203, so that's a perfect target for him. The technical is going to be hiding for a little bit now.
Cock and ball torture.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, cock and ball torture. I hardly knew ye.
Dream, I see you in my channel. If you do that again, I will tell an admin. Please don't do that. You know better.
So yeah, Red 4 is trying to look for an opening. We see a lot of them trying to regroup.
I will tell Mom on you.
He's just vibing. What's Anderson doing? Is Anderson vibing?
Chow just got knocked out, possibly by Arma Jesus or Mikkel there off the second story. We got some long-range fire from a PKT Humvee. They're trying to kill Chine here, who's busy reloading on a rooftop with a 249. He doesn't realize he's under fire yet. And then what does he do? He turns around and starts shooting at it, and he makes the freaking techie pull back instead. What a freaking Chad.
With irons, no less.
Yeah.
That's a solid 500-meter shot, and he's getting it with irons.
Falcon's in my chat bitching about that he got friendly fired. All right, Falcon getting friendly fired. We can take that one off the bingo list.
Yep, that's a drink.
I don't see anyone with a -1 around him, so it means they probably already had a kill. Meanwhile, Arma, Jesus, and Michael on 2 kills each respectively, but now you're starting to see Pepega counter-attacking and finding some of the larger groups on the rear that haven't pushed in yet.
Technical training shots. I saw Chine take I think it was a dish gun. Yep, and Chine actually going for medical on the roof instead of rolling into cover. That's an interesting call there, bud.
I don't know, just the way Op4 pushed up a lot of their forces on the right flank first. Now you're having the middle and left flank pushing in. There were some skirmishes on the left flank as well, but only with a handful of Op4. I feel like Op4, instead of doing a unified push, of just defeating themselves in detail here. We got Lolo on a little bit of a balcony. He's gotten 3 kills so far on this flank, picking off people on the left side. But again, it's not enough because I don't really see Blue 4 coordinating here. Or Op4 coordinating here. Then again, I don't see a lot of coordination on Blue 4 either. We got some groups going into counterattack. We have some groups kind of going on the flanks here. They've actually created quite the gap in the center. But I don't think Op4 is going to be smart enough to exploit that. Meanwhile, looking at Patriot. He's one of the lead elements here now.
Oh, he's about to get rolled up on the back from Barnes. He actually turns back away.
Montgomery coming downstairs, only to go back up.
Patriot just saw Barnes go in that building. Just gonna follow him with one. Montgomery turns around. He can't react in time. Patriot
Wow.
gets 2.
Damn. Now can Chine get Patriot here with that 249? I think he just spotted Patriot through the window. Sees Seismo go down the stairs. Patriot goes down the stairs. Humvee pushing in by Anderson. Chine starts suppressing through the wall. But they've already gone downstairs. And Patriot runs up the rear and takes Chino out.
Right
Chine.
in the grundle.
Whatever, 3 kills. You know, this is still an HVI fight. If Patriot and Seismo break through, they could actually get to where the VIPs are. They're all literally hiding in a corner watching with binos up the street. That's so funny. But it looks like Op4 has pulled everything off of the left flank. They're trying to consolidate their forces in the center. They could do a nice push here, but they're also combing this area for the VIP. How's Lolo's kill count? Still at 3. Patriot, he's now going around. He's going to check for more Blue 4 around here. Going up to the second story where Cool Breeze and Sholand are. Runs in, drops the guy on top of him, drops the second one.
Very nice.
Patriot up to 5 kills now.
It's 2 separate doubles. Great work from him.
AT just fired, somehow getting Slyzile. But again, Michael and Cake here, members of Pepega, just harassing these large groups of Op4 as they try to push up.
Here comes Patriot. He's suffering from success, and he's going to keep pushing north.
It's a smart call.
Yeah, he's got a GP25 on that AK as well. Let's not forget. So, and these Humvees, he will be able to take out with a well-placed HE to the front of it.
See, but at this point, if you're Patriot, do you want to bypass? Hey, I think he's going to check this body right here. Yep. Do you want to... He might confuse PID. That would be a great call on Patriot's end. Yep. He's going to try to get behind enemy lines. He's going to go for the HVTs at this point. Smart call.
That's smart. When I was playing on the ground, that was something I definitely was keeping notice of just as a foot soldier is the difference between an
weapon.
AK
Yep. Those gunshot sounds. They'll save your life.
Oh. Did Anderson see him? I think Anderson might have seen Patriot there as he jumped over
Yep,
that
he
wall.
folds out.
Yeah, he's definitely looking that way.
Anderson's definitely going to call this to his force. We might see Blue 4 rebounds. That grenade throws a bit of a mistake. That's going to tip Patriot off. That there's someone there. Yep. That was a bit of a panic play, I think, by Anderson there. But yeah, no, Patriot just needs to go all the way to the north and cut right, and then he can hunt for the HVTs. As if he gets the kills, he might just be able to win this for his force, because I don't see how the rest of these guys can break through. We do have a gap forming in the middle, but with Papega on the flank here, I just don't see it. Lolo up to 4 kills now. And then we have a lot of Blue 4 guys starting to fold into where the VIPs are.
Patriot, he's found an M4 with a 203, actually a 320. So he's getting some upgrades.
Anderson's coming around solo.
I think Anderson, no, he's going in the right direction. So I think he really does. He did get a good sight of Patriot and didn't just see him out of the corner of his eye.
Oh yeah, no, he threw a grenade. He saw him vault the wall.
Yeah.
He's checking. Now is Patriot going to catch Anderson here? Anderson starts firing at Olaf.
That's a mistake for sure, because Patriot now going to come out. He's not going to see Anderson over
Because he's
there,
behind the wall.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to be interested by those MP5 shots.
Yep, he's going to run out and check himself. He's going to vault walls. Anderson going along the other side. Actually going into the building Patriot's at. No, he bypasses to the last building.
Oh, but he's still going upstairs. Patriot needs to hop that wall quick.
He doesn't have enough stamina.
He's still running around. If he goes up those steps.
Oh,
Anderson see him?
Anderson doesn't see him. No, he just did last
He
second.
just saw his ass sticking out the breeze. And Patriot is already around the corner.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Is a phantom to Anderson.
Hold up, down the street, you got Fez and Kevin watching the road. They didn't fire at Patriot, though, but they had a weapon bipoded there.
I think maybe they couldn't quite PID from that distance.
Possibly.
Again, they only have irons. They don't even have optics, just irons.
But look at this. Now you're starting to see Blue 4 pulling back here. I think they called it out. Oh my god, Patriot has to fight a full freaking squad. This, though, is going to alleviate pressure off the front line, and now more Op 4 are going to be able to break through the center.
Yeah, and we already have a lot of Red 4. They've cleared out the Super 64 site.
Yep.
I think they've got a few more
Buster
buildings
just
to clear,
got
but they're not gonna
busted.
Find anything. Nice.
I know. I watched him get blown up. I couldn't resist.
This busting didn't make him feel good. Patriot's pushing out. Warwick's going to be looking the wrong way. Patriot takes the shot. Can't land.
Can't land it on Warwick.
But the
GL does. Oh!
Second
Some
one for
follow-up
good
just to
measure.
make sure. He's got to be careful, though. He's got to check his angles because he needs to displace quickly.
Oh, there's already a fire team on his north.
Patriot
that are
on
ready to
5
finish the
kills.
spot. Was he on 5 before?
Yeah, I don't know if the thing didn't count. Is he going to check the corner,
Maybe.
catch these Blue 4? Yes, he does.
Yes, he is. Slammed down.
Oh!
Great shot from Blue there.
Got the hits, but Blue 4 delivered a headshot. God, Patriot's got to be kicking himself.
I mean, that's the thing with a target-rich environment. The instinct is to just go, ah, and hold down the trigger. But that is what gives them the opportunity to
Tenderbanger
take
blowing
that
one of the
half
Op 4 guys away. He's on 6
Yeah.
kills.
Tenderbanger, he's, oh yeah, that's what you're talking about.
I don't think Op 4 have the numbers at this point. Lolo, he's on 4 kills, putting some more sniper shots down the street. He just got his 5th. Just put a hit on Appa. Blue 4 trying to poke their heads out, throwing some smokes. I do appreciate Lolo's been on this flank sniping the Blue 4 that he can see.
Yeah, so that was definitely something I was anticipating, but I wasn't considering it this far north. Oh, that X-ray sniper misses the shot. Lolo, you're better than that. There we go. That's number 6 for Lolo. And he even gets the double tap in the head. Very nice.
Gotta make sure. Another double tap. He's gonna displace. I don't know, Op4's been starting to win the skirmishes to the south here. Number-wise, it's still in Blue 4's favor, but Blue 4 has 3 VIPs, but they've got a pretty nice final defense line. People like Lolo getting those outskirts kills are gonna really make the difference here. Saddam getting Tender Banner. There's the double tap, and his body does a little leap, and now he's polishing Sablan's shoe. And Sablan politely declines the invitation. Okay. Still a Sablan with a DMR back here. Knocks Wayne out, goes for the double taps. Can't seem to... There's the double tap. All right, Sablan on 3 kills. It's these forces that get with these large groups that are going to be making the difference here with those large kill streaks.
So we have a lot of Blue 4 hanging around the Olympic Hotel here. They're really starting to consolidate their forces. And yeah, I think this is really where the pick of the Super 61 site is going to shine through.
Yep.
Because they just don't have nearly as much ground that they need to worry about.
I think Lolo needs to start looking down other streets here. He's been camping this one, just lying in wait. But if there's no activity, he should consider going the one over. I know Olaf, he's got a Hunt IR round above him. Oh, no, that's further back. Ooh, never mind. But Olaf trying to ride around the flank. I still won't really... I can't really give who's going to win yet, though. It's still too close. With CQC, it can really go either way. Michael trying to get a hit on Catnip. Lurch now coming around.
Oh.
Michael comes around. And Michael took shots from both Lurch and Stretch and was taken out. Lurch now folding back as an M2 is starting to fire on his position. These are the 3 VIPs right here. See, I think if Lolo were to just go down a street, he could lock that area down. But you got Lolo, he's now watching the far north bank for anyone. He's just looking in the... Oh, he might catch Vagrant now. Hard to tell.
Olaf is now here pushing up past where Patriot was, so I think he and Lolo.
Oh my god. So Fetty was double tapping Sablan, and the guy in front of Fetty just ran into his line and got headshotted by Fetty. Ah. Amazing, indeed. M2 locking down this street. They're trying to pop smokes or something around. They popped a frag. Interesting. Oh, Lolo's crossing the river. Vagrant checking the far right, though. Could still go either way, but I feel like Op4, the 3 that are close to the VIPs, they need to reposition because Blue 4 is going to start sending people around to flank that spot. Sablan, he hasn't woken back up, so I assume he's going to be down for the count for this round. Only, it looks like 4 gunshots there, but Op4 has room to bleed through. Blue 4 has that really large garrison to the right of the Olympic Hotel, but I feel like they'd be better spaced out a bit. Otherwise, Olaf moving up the coast, Lolo halfway across the river.
Yeah, Blue 4, they're really using these machine guns now to lock down all the intersections. And Red 4, they just can't seem to
winning at
find
Blue
a
4 by a bit, but...
group. Catnip here, he might be able to take out the Lav because it's looking in the wrong direction. They can take out the driver, but I think blowing it up would have a bigger effect, especially with these buildings around.
There is no driver from the looks of the roster. It's just a gunner.
It's just Martin in there with a white t-shirt.
More suppressive fire going down the street. Not sure if they got a kill or they were firing at Mito as he comes up. Martin firing some shots down to the right. Immediately some flank fire goes out. I'm not sure if someone won that fight. I think Fetty's just taking... Oh no, Fetty was with someone and they got shot to shit.
Martin taking out the zombie sniper, so he's still able to hold that angle.
Lolo's crossed the river. He's with Olaf coming around the flank.
Ooh, interesting the two of them working together. Especially with Lolo's bolt action. Yeah, he's going to be using that pistol for now, but he's only got a Makarov. It's not exactly a man-stopper there.
Blue 4 have the numbers, but Op 4 are spread out, and the VIPs are in a very limited area. There's the hit, Martin knocked out.
Fuck off. Vagrant's going to be looking for that shooter. He's going to be trying to breach that building, I think.
Kevin getting knocked out by a GL. Vagrant heading upstairs. He's going to be in the wrong angle here. Glory Wings, thank you for the 10 gift subs. If you got a sub from Glory Wings, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, I hope you all keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this branch of Friday Night Fights tonight.
Send in Go Team 6.
Seriously, it means a lot. Vagrant still combing around.
Yeah, but he's looking in the wrong building.
Send in Go Team 6.
So the question is, can Olaf and Lolo find the VIPs and start engaging them to force all of Blue 4 to pull back? Because that's going to alleviate this flank for then Op 4 to continue to push up Main Street. Fez opening fire on Lurch. Vagrant, though, opening the door. He's going to get a shot on Stretch. Takes Stretch out. Catnip notices. Immediately folds in as Vagrant goes for the reload. Takes him out. Vagrant, that was... Dirty. Oh, he got another kill, though, down the street there.
So Catnip, a little dirty in baiting his teammates out, but he does get the kill.
Chaos moving up to Kevin's body.
Oh, here comes Sushi from the east now.
But leg drops him. 50 cal shots just took out Catnip's battle buddy. I think this is over unless we see Lolo and Olaf snipe the remaining guys. And I think I'm seeing some shots going up to Artisan's position. No. Lolo with the sniper. Doesn't land the kill. But he definitely panics them.
Especially sideways there.
Send in Go Team 6.
He's right there. Yeah. Oh, he gets in the car.
Yep, they're pulling back to him.
Does he see Nomad with no dad? No, he doesn't. He's tunnel vision.
He sees Coda. Misses Coda.
Goes over his right shoulder.
Coda running back, not knowing where that shot came from, or maybe he did. VIP's under threat. No Blue 4 reaction. Artisan coming up to where the VIPs are. Doesn't check his left. And gets blown away by Sideways and Nomad with no dad.
It's only 3 red 4 left. Olaf here on the east side, though. He's got the weapon
fold out and get Coda? Gets Coda. One of the VIPs dead. Just up to Nomad, no dad with Sideways. Are they going to run south or are they going to be aggressive because they are Pepega Pirates members? Now you're seeing Blue 4 starting to turn around. This could let Catnip push in. But Op 4 is losing their opportunity here. 14 minutes remaining on the clock. Nomad with no dead, knocked out.
He's trying to get the
double tap. Now it's up to Sideways. Sideways staying. He is wounded as well. This could be an upset as Catnip pushed.
Oh, Catnip is only like 2 corners away from hitting him.
He just hit Fez in the head twice with the handgun, makes his body flip. Fez gave no reaction. This has been a certified AI moment. Sideways now running south. He's with Collins, but now that's putting him within striking range of Catnip. Colin, I think almost, Sideways and Colin just shot at Bad Recce, but they hit Sideways' legs. But Catnip's now coming up. He doesn't see him because the barn's slightly in the way.
So Bad Recce and Colin, they're all medicing up. Oh, come on,
Does he turn around to see him?
I think he can't see him. It's just covering them. I'm looking from his POV. It's just covering them up.
He's getting AT out!
He's got to be out. No, he's not. But Bad Recce, he comes up and closes that door.
Yes! He has an HE round!
Oh my fucking God.
Did he see him? Oh, please! Please tell me you saw them! Shoot! Oh, Sideways is... Oh, he got away.
No, the angle is just not right, I'm telling you.
He's gonna backblast himself.
Oh, he sees it. Does he go for it? Does he?
Yes! Sideways is still up, but all of his escort just got taken out!
They are hurting.
Oh!
They're hurting bad. Catnip, he's gonna push up those stairs.
Olaf went down. Lolo trying to shoot Grav. Can Catnip clutch?
App is looking the wrong way.
He doesn't! Oh, God! Fucking... God, that would have been so cool.
Honestly, the RPG just cucked him. It was all just the
Sideways was in like the perfect place to survive that shrapnel. Lolo getting into a firefight with Grab. Last man standing, 1 versus 5. But Lolo's the sniper. But he's picked up, yep.
An M4, yeah. And Sideways, oh, he's
Wasn't
pulling
a
back.
choke.
Oh, the timing is just so tight. Lolo
Sideways
peeks
getting really lucky here.
Yeah, Lolo peeks that exact street 5 seconds after Sideways gets into cover.
Oh, Sushi almost killing Sideways. Explosive charge going off to the right. That was Grav. I don't know what he did there.
Is Grav an engineer? Yeah, Grav is an engineer, so I think he was trying for a charge or something and maybe hurt himself.
10 and a half
this is
minutes.
A lot tighter than what I thought. Imagine if Pierce actually had a good plan.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
The horse is as dead as Pierce's corpse, okay? Calm down.
Oh no, Lolo's looking the wrong way. Grav's coming around the corner, but Grav doesn't.
No, Lolo! Lolo! GG.
GG to Blue 4. Well done.
That got close. That got way too close for comfort, but my God. Oh. Oh, man. What a round. That HE round, though, Sideways was on the other side. He would have died. And that, my God.
I mean, honestly, no. Sideways got fucked up with it.
Eclipse,
The other two guys
thanks for
were killed by it.
the
Another guy got
resub.
wounded too. It was
I hope
just
you keep enjoying the
RNG of the
operations. Hope you get a
shrapnel.
nice kick out of this scenario.
Amazing.
Oh. Now, just as a reminder, guys, I will be covering round 2, and then we're going to switch over to the DayZ server where I'll be setting up for the event at 11:30.
All right.
My God.
Time to run a few ads, pay out the prediction, and let's get the settings or the commands changed over.
All right. And switching over to voice acting so I can work on all of that while it goes down. All right. What a round. Map is Viralati. Mission is going to be... Blue 4 is attacking 3, Op 4 objectives. All right. Blue 4 has a 5% numbers advantage. 2 HMG Land Rovers and 2 Humvees.
Liru, I want my goat back.
Thanks, Burnside. I appreciate it, my man. Hope you keep enjoying everything.
Thank you, Burnside.
And I hope you're enjoying FNF tonight. Means a lot. Alright, 2 HMG Land Rovers and 2 Humvees, while Op 4 has a Gaz Vodnik, but it's unarmed. So 2 Dishka Humvee, 2 Dishka UAZs in transport. Alright. Alright, that's all updated. Oh, have fun, Falcon. Falcon's experimenting tonight. I wish him luck.
I see.
If I explain what he's doing, it'll ruin it, but we'll see what he does. Anyway, after this round, Barb, you're probably going to cover round 3, right?
planning on it.
All right, I'm going to dip after round 2 because I have a Daisy pay for pain to set up, and I have no idea how it's going to work, but hey, we'll figure it out.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say you had a date, but then I remembered you, well, I mean, you could just
No, we still have
dates.
date nights. Actually, the date nights we do are quite elegant.
Oh, wait, you're serious? Let
Yes.
me laugh even harder.
Okay. Look,
Sorry, when I
get
think of you, I
yourself
don't
a
think of
significant other that wants to be a princess, and then we'll do some of the kinkiest shit in the street.
Elegant in the streets, kinky in the sheets. I like
Exactly.
it.
That's how we live our life, so.
No, I agree, Gigi. A healthy relationship should involve dates, which is why me and Liru go on them so often.
Well, we used to not a lot, but now we're better about it. Let's be honest. We have a little bit more time now for ourselves, which is quite nice. Oh, he's laughing at me again.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Barb's
I'm-
abusive.
No. Oh, shut the fuck up.
He's very abusive.
Not as abusive as you'd like me to be sometimes.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, listen, when I gotta compete with Bloodwing, like...
Compete? Hold up, chat saying, how about that guy Cake here? I've heard he's really good. He is pretty good. No, Cake here, like all the members of Pepega are very good. Gonna be honest. Barb, your thoughts on Pepega?
Definitely up there with Scandy and the
Yep.
rest of like the big names that we see time and time again making the big plays. Yeah, it's really just a matter of situation, because like we saw with Scandy, they're really good, but they were put in a really tough situation, and it was too much for them to deal with.
Yep.
Which is sometimes the case. You can't win every battle. But when we see these groups and we talk about these groups time and time again, it's because they perform better than the majority of players would. They are what some people would say exceptional. And yeah, I think that definitely applies to Pepega. Of course, mileage may vary depending on who you're talking to individually, but that's not the point. The point is that this is a TVT. That's why they call it TVT and not PvP, because it's teams working together. You can always do more with a buddy than you could by yourself.
Very much so.
Yes, Zam, and sex.
Okay. Not sure why that was added, but okay.
I don't know if that's even relevant to the conversation. I just thought it'd be funny to say. And I think
Okay.
it was. Sorry, whenever it gets serious, I gotta do something to ruin the mood. It's just... Yeah.
Alright, just doing some final checks on Discord for things regarding the DayZ stuff. Alright, cool.
Liru, I think you missed the point of that question earlier. The asking about Sakir.
Cake here?
Sakir. It was asked by a person called the Young Turk, and I'm pretty sure that is Sakir.
I know, that's the point.
Okay, well, fuck you. You didn't play it up as much as I thought you would.
Oh. I didn't know that was my job. Oh, God.
Technically, no one spotted it yet. but we can hear something.
Okay. All right. Give me a second. I'm gonna write that one down.
Let's give the Bears a nice 10, x4.
Wrote that on the
Goodbye, Gur.
on the reservations list. Oh man. Oh, they kicked off Gur. God, I loved Gur. He growled in alleyways and freaked everyone out. What round are we on? We're on round 2.
I forgot you like it when they growl.
Ay, ay,
I
ay.
mean, you're just walking right into it, man.
No, not Tenderbaner. No!
No, now there's only hard banger.
Shut up! Hey, Barb.
Send in Go Team
Yeah?
6.
Shut up.
Now.
Yeah, right, okay, Kieran. Thanks for the sub as well, man. I hope you keep enjoying FNF. It's always a pleasure to spectate you and Papega. And I hope you enjoy round 2 when it eventually
Chat's
begins.
bonking me.
I'm gonna be honest, you deserve it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ay, ay, ay. I'm probably gonna spawn the bears in... Probably not to start. I'm gonna spawn them in after they start entering the town, so they can just, like, charge into town and murder people. They're gonna probably get mag dumped, though, pretty quickly. So the trick is gonna be to try to catch them while they're looting with the bears.
I'm taking their sweet time getting this one going.
Yeah, they were doing that in EU as well. It took them quite a bit to get the round started. I don't know why. But, bright side, they now have a new rule. If you get killed by a desync, a.k.a. your convoy blows up, they'll just respawn you now.
Oh, that's officially a rule now.
Not officially a rule. I think more of just,
Policy?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure enough.
Why?
My whole thing is, whatever they do, just be consistent with it.
Yeah. No, I agree. They have a way you can contact an admin in, like, on the map screen now, though, or something. So that's how Falcon was able to get revived twice.
Twice? Wow.
Yeah, it happened in round 2 and round 3. The first one, and I quote from him, Lolo said, "Oh, hey, watch this." And then 4 vehicles blew up.
Oh, I missed that. Damn.
Yeah. And then round 2, apparently his Vic hit a wall and he went flying out and died. So, yeah.
Oh, didn't buckle his seatbelt.
No, we did not. Oh, man. EU was messy, but hey, shit happens. Where do you go about payment? Here.
So how are you going to do pay for pain in DayZ? Because there's no Zeus.
I can use a mix of spectator mode, or just being invisible and running next to people and keeping track of people's positions via map. So I don't really want to use the spectator mode because it's very limited. I can't see people, but so I'm going to do a mix of just being invisible so I can run to positions to spawn the stuff, and then following the stuff as it runs in. And then having like 20 flashbangs ready to go. But yeah, if you just use the donate command, Glory Wings, that's how we can set up some pre-orders here. I'm trying to fund a new computer.
So, you know the heart rate monitor I have?
Yeah, I need to get one of those as well for some horror stuff.
Oh, I'll send you a link to this one. It's really good and really simple to set up.
All right, please do.
But so the one I have, it goes around your chest. Like I put it center of my torso.
Oh, that's okay. I'm used to that.
It's actually pretty comfortable. Like I've forgotten that it's there a few times. But because I lost so much weight and I haven't like worn it in a while, when I put it on recently, and like stood up and walked around, it slid from like my chest, like right on my pecs, slid all the way like a good 3-4 inches down to my stomach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fun fact, lobsters' bladders are in this... oh, they're in their heads. Interesting. Wow, a lot of fun facts today by Mr. Despacito.
I see.
Can you be on the server without
So I
being
guess
in
you
the
could call
event,
them
or would you
P-brains.
want us to not be? You can if you want, Geek. Server's still going to be live on the outside. I'm just going to be monitoring Novi, so...
I'm not apologizing for that.
don't go to
one. That
Novi.
one was good.
I'm sorry, I was talking over you.
Oh, I said,
know.
I guess you could call them P-brains.
Oh. Yeah, well, that was pretty good. I'll give you that one. It was okay. But I'm
So
not
nice, I
gonna
had to
lie.
say it twice.
What?
So nice, I had to say it twice.
What? He just muted himself. Oh, man.
I hate you sometimes.
I know you do.
All right,
And
we are
with that,
pushing
the
in, so
round
let me start the
begins.
position. And again, I'm looking at a naked Pierce.
Yeah. That's just how it works. That's because he's commanding again, because it usually puts us on one of the side's commanders
Yeah.
before the round to begin. So, you want to do the brief this time since I did it last time?
Sure. This was a lot shorter. Holy shit, Despacito. Background. Bundeswehr soldiers are deployed to capture 3 important positions along the river. Area of operations. Narrow and in some places shallow river spanning across the entire AO. No mission-specific rules. Game mode. Search and destroy. They have 3 caches to destroy. They all look like that with a big old camo net going over them. And they need to either blow them up with explosives, GLs, grenades, or just mag dump the shit out of it.
Alright.
Mission variables, 15-minute time limit, 15-minute safe start. Defenders get 125 45 points and 850
default.
meter view distance. Matt, Blue 4 gets Moz, Op 4 gets RPG 32s this time. Very nice.
Only AT rounds.
Yeah. Yes, good eye. Blue 4 going to be rocking German Bundeswehr camo, which is a Flecktarn camouflage. Personal favorite of every loner in high school.
Red Oak Glory.
And we see them using a bunch of 416s. We see MP7s, stuff like that. Overall loadouts. Yep. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Not 416s. G36s. We got KVs and C models. FN Mini-Me's, which are just 249s, and then MG3s in 7.62 NATO. Those things are killer. That's going to be an M72 Law. Recon Sniper gets an M2010 ESR. And the supporting team gets either the M14 EBR or an MP7. And then crew gets either a G36 or an MP7. No crew-served weapons. Assets, they have 8 transport trucks unarmored because of those wide windows. 2, I want to say these are the up-armored Humvees. We'll take a closer look when we see them.
I think
And then,
Scandinavia doesn't allow
2
that stuff,
HMG Land
unfortunately.
Rovers with M2s on them. Op 4 are going to be using Russian Spetsnaz Gorkas, so just kind of a basic olive drab kind of camouflage with Altons on their heads. That should make PID fairly easy. Loadout going to be classic. Actually, a bit of an upgrade this time. AK-74 MRs, M's and MRs. So just M just means modernized. So something a little bit fancier.
I've never
looking.
seen that many primary weapons.
Right? That's
Usually it's
exactly
only
what I was
2. It's
thinking.
down to 4 now. Barb?
Sorry, I had to talk to someone.
Oh, you're
real
good.
quick.
You're good.
Support gets either LMGs get the RPK and MMGs get the PKP. Lat is going to be the RPG 26. Sniper gets a T5000. And then, like last time, the supporting team gets either an AKS with a 45 round mags or an AS Val. Crew gets a PP2K or an AKS 74UN. Assets, they get 1 Vodnik unarmed, 3 Gaz 66s, and 2 UAZ Dishkums. All right, let's go over roster, and I'll hit the AOs. Let's start with Blue 4.
Okay. Blue Force is going to be commanded by Vagrant. Maz is the 2 IC. Army Jesus is going to be commanding X-Ray. Flux as the medic. King taking the sniper role. Michael taking the 2 IC role. Cake here is going to be a suppressed MP7 gunner, and Lorenzo also taking a suppressed MP7. Interesting choices here. Dreek taking Alpha HQ lead with Miller as a dedicated vehicle crewman. Alpha 1 being led by Cool Breeze with Poe, Fist, Warwick, Wheaton, Martin, and Wikisan. Under him, Patriot leading Alpha 2 with Olaf, EK, Snatch Goblin, Barnes, Squeaks, and Mackenzie under him. Bravo HQ being led by Arcane, with Banks leading Bravo 1. Looks like they merged Bravo 1 and Bravo 2, though. So it's Banks, Swola, Blam, Shut, Circles, Jorkro, Wolfie, Genry, Fetty, Wise, Wayne, Zombie Sniper, Juan, Diego, and Chaos Artisan leading Delta HQ. Delta 1 being led by Geary with Korvac, Corvo, Muniz, Sharky, and Bannister. Delta 2 being led by Lurch with Stretch, Nuclear Goat, Mito, Catnip, and Seven under him. And then Charlie HQ, they've just merged, I think, Charlie HQ with Charlie 1, with Lolo leading Sam, Tiger, Seismo, Revanche, Dooley, and Chow all together. Interesting choices there. Pierce commanding again an Op 4. Disclaimer, he's commanded 3 times tonight. He has lost both of those previous 2 rounds, so let's see if he can bounce back. Stack Pro leading X-Ray.
Number 3.
Okay. With Thyrab as the medic. Killer Wolf taking the T5000. Appa looks like he is the 2 IC because he has that AK modernized there. Drago taking a suppressed AKS with those 45-round banana mags. And Kermit taking the AKS as well. For those who don't know, Kermit is Falcon, by the way. G-Legs is going to be leading...
Said hi-ho, neighbor.
G-Legs is leading Alpha HQ. Collins leading Alpha 2 with Fez, Kevin, Bad Reki, Dylan, and Dalto. Bravo 1 be led by Grav with Iander with an AT roll with a folded AK. That's funny. With Lash, Green Shade, Cindy, and Legs 2 under him. Tech leading Bravo 2 with Farks, Typical, Buster, Sly Zyle, Arcor, and Ace. Nielsen leading Charlie HQ, Montgomery leading Charlie 1 with Chine, Herb, Sablon, Eagle, Sprawlden, and Bates under him. Choland leading Charlie 2 with Norris with a machine gun. Yes! Alright, I always love to see him with that MG roll. Let's see what he's capable of doing tonight. With Kernshaw, Lebroni, Danny, and Nikolai also with him under Choland. Saddam leading Delta HQ. Delta 1 be led by Azuki with Stoughton Bay, Hanivar, Thomas, Borovic, and N1 under him. Delta 2 has Sideways. It just says side there because he has a massive amount of underscores. Despacito himself. Nomad with No Dad, Time Exotic, and Sushi all under side. And then Steve as Bravo HQ leader. I love Steve. That seems to be it for the roster.
Yeah, all right. Do you want to go over the AOs, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right, so 3 caches means 3 AOs. We got one over here by, on the eastern side, by Milan Mirki. We got a nice little kind of prefab.
Gloria, if you used a credit card, check the credit card because sometimes they get flagged as
each
fraud.
side of the river. This
tap
one,
out real quick.
I wouldn't be surprised if they abandon one. Or this one. We usually see at least one objective abandoned when there's 3 of them.
Yeah, it didn't go through on my end,
multiple.
buddy, from what I can see.
So this one, we got large fields to the north and northeast, all that tree line, those houses. Very easy for Blue Fort to set up in and provide base of fire onto these objectives. So would I be surprised if they abandon this one? In fact, you could actually see the cache from the northeast tree line. So if they get the angle just right and are able to communicate it, I could totally see Lad or Matt able to just sink a shot right through the entrance of that tent right there.
So round 1, it's funny that you bring that up. Defenders had a really great AO to defend, but they really cucked themselves on the numbers, but that's besides the point. BTRs on the attacking crew were able to basically go outside of the buildings that the caches were and just snipe the caches with 14.5 millimeter. It was pretty funny. So I bring that up. Oh, he muted himself. Okay.
Sorry, same deal. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just talking that BTRs were able to snipe the caches from the outside of the AOs there. So sorry.
No. You were good.
You want to continue with the AOs, or should I pick it up?
I can take it.
Go ahead.
For reference, I won't say specifics, but if you are in the mission, please do not watch the streams. That is all.
Oh, is
center one-
Sharky still watching?
Yeah, he's fresh.
Sharky.
He just doesn't know better. It's not malicious.
No,
It's
that's fine. We've seen that happen a few times. We're
Yeah,
not narcs.
Yeah,
Just
he's got
don't
a
do
lot of
it.
stuff on his mind. So
Yep.
yeah. Anyway, center one here. We have a half-destroyed church and a couple buildings here, and then on the other side of the bridge, a more tightly packed little base here with some medical tents, cargo bases, that kind of thing. This one isn't bad, but I'm a little more concerned about the close proximity of these the forests. If they were to push out a little bit, maybe set up looking. Well, I guess I don't really have to. No, they do have to worry about the southern approach, don't they? This one wouldn't be too bad to defend, and it looks like they will be choosing to defend this one. I would definitely be worried about the southern approaches, as well as stuff coming in from the more western side. It's with those more wide open plains, but they should be able to spot anything coming from the west, and then they shouldn't have to worry about anything from the north until shit's already foobar. You know what I mean?
Well, you gotta also consider Blue Fort can spawn in 3 separate locations here and come from pretty much any direction, so it's really tough to defend AOs where you know that the enemy can come from pretty much anywhere. So you want to go for full 360 coverage, which also, not gonna lie, FNF kind of lacks that, and that's how they get flanked a lot, so it's tough to call.
Yeah, usually it just becomes confusing because it is a lot different than, obviously, it's a lot different from playing against AI. You have to deal with someone who's actually intelligent and not just artificially so. And yeah, we see a lot of flanks, a lot of diversions, and in an area like AO like this, where it's a very circular AO compared to the last one, where it's much more linear, we could definitely see. I would definitely put my money on Blue Fort to, as long as they use their cards and play them right, use what mobility they have to attack from.
Real quick, they are dismounting from the southern sector. They're taking the flagpole. They are going to do a full 360 coverage of the northwestern area.
Oh, I see. So they're doing well.
More
We do have some
bears.
people still moving around south. I think they're just grabbing the Vicks and gonna bring them from north because they can't take the Vicks with them. So that does make sense. And in that case, let's take a look at that northern one. So yeah,
It's a lot better.
yeah, we have much taller
Big
buildings,
open
much
areas
more
here.
spread out.
bears.
Lots of open terrain, but it's not just flat fields. We have some rolling hills to work with, as well as we're seeing the reinforcements going down and some H barriers, watchtowers over here on the southwestern side. And yeah, lots of good vantage points looking north.
I'll throw the
looking
third bear in for
northeast,
free because that
looking
would be
south,
18
southwest. Very good.
Which would be
views all
54,
around.
but
They do
I'll
have this
throw in the
bridge
third bear for
going
3.
over, kind of like acting like a dam, which does make them susceptible to attacks from the east and north. But
I'm just going to have a
given
giant
the,
bear charge.
dense foliage. I think as long as they set up a team out here, which it looks like they might
Guys, just
do,
buy a shit ton of
they
bears
should
so
be
I can
good
literally
on
have a
that
bear
approach.
charge. All right, that's going to
But
be funny
yeah,
as
this
fuck.
one, honestly, as far as position is concerned, this one is a little bit more tucked away in a quote-unquote corner of the map or of the AO. So the Blue 4 has fewer options to attack, and Red 4 has fewer things to worry about defending. Like, they don't have to worry about their northwest quite as much because of the fact that Blue 4
Bears as
isn't
an actual
likely gonna
Daisy
be coming
Bears,
from the
Yasuhiro.
northwest, just given the proximity of the border of the AO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just with Op4, I mean, you're already seeing them form these nice defensive lines with their build points here. They're really going to try to hunker down these open areas. I know one weakness I've seen occasionally is Blue 4 utilizing the riverbed, but the riverbed has a few angles where people on the rooftops of where you see Platoon HQ and Delta on can already get some sight lines on the western bank that then turns into the northern one as it curves in. So I feel like this is the best AO choice out of all of them. And then even with the forested route to the northeast, you are still throttled on this bridge. So Op4 going all eggs in one basket here, I think is going to be a great call. And again, as you said, Op4 are keeping a few guys down south just to drive the vehicles up north to completely hunker this AO down. I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I agree as well. And that's a really good point about the bridge. This river, you can't really see it too well from the map, but you can see where the bridges dot all alongside it. Some of them are big enough to transport vehicles. Some are smaller, wooden ones. But yeah, Blue 4, because their vehicles all spawn in the northeast.
Whatever it
they're
takes
gonna
to
have
kill Falcon. Yeah, right?
Probably
Remember,
cross
no
over
Falcon.
into Joki.
What team's Falcon on? It's a
and cross
PvE
over
event, so you
there,
got to try to kill them all.
and then attack from the west or south if they wanted to have their
But we need more
vehicles to be
bears.
more effective.
We need more bears, guys. Now, the one thing that slightly concerns me, though, is Op4, they're not going to cross the river to the southwest and go up. They're instead going to go up on the eastern bank here. So I'm not sure if they're going to deploy the vehicles in the trenches. I already see a vehicle trench dug to the south, but there's a tree in the way. So I don't know if they think that the dam bridge they can drive up on, but there is a stairwell on it, which is going to make driving on it virtually impossible. There's a small wooden bridge to the north and south that they could then take to quickly correct that mistake, but if they're going to try to... Yeah, look at the dam and look at the northeastern side.
Oh,
yeah.
Good eye. I did not notice that.
I don't think Op4 notices either, because I would assume they want to use those open, those Vics, especially the ones with guns, in the open fields. But I think there's a bit of a miscommunication going on here. But we'll see how they react to this, if... you know, what they do based off of that. So if they try to drive up to that bridge and then realize it's there, you're probably going to see them either go further north or south, but it just means the vehicles are going to be misplayed slightly in the beginning, but quick correction.
Yeah, I think that's okay, even if Red 4 keeps all their vehicles on the western side. Oh, no, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, now I understand. Yeah.
Op4 starting to shoot out the windows here.
Yeah, they're actually having shots go over the vehicles as they're driving in. But yeah, no, I mean, I could... Maybe the UAZ might be able to climb that, but those gases, no
Why
way.
risk
They're
it?
just too
Why
long.
risk it? You're just you're
it?
asking for something to be armored at that point, in my opinion.
You're absolutely right. So yeah, they may have to just double back and go around, which might be a little rough, but yeah, they could also still go to that wooden bridge and probably be okay with those gases.
Here come the Vics. They're taking rights here. You got the gas now coming over.
And honestly, with this damn bridge, the only building that can really deal with the crossing... Well, no, both of these buildings right here on the riverside can deal with them, but the two-story that all the infantry is in is definitely going to be the better one, so I think they've made the right choice there. Otherwise, Blue 4, they're taking their measured approach. They're, of course, they don't know nothing, as it should be. But no, they're gonna approach with caution.
BRB, 1 second.
Yeah, sure. So Blue 4 trying to... I think they're hitting a lot of these objectives at the same time, and kind of similar to what we saw with the first round of NA, Blue 4 is dismounting and moving on foot, but unlike the last one, they have a lot more urban area to go to, a lot more spots to be worried about. Plus, they're taking things, I'd say, at a lot more measured approach, like I said. Milmaki, maybe, is getting steadily approached. They're a few hundred meters away, but yeah, the other two caches, they're just taking their time. They've got 50 minutes to take these. They don't need to rush it. And yeah, I think they're going to be more worried about a counter push from Pierce, but in his commanding style, but not this time. We've seen that before, and Liru can talk about it probably a bit better when he gets back. But
yeah, sorry, she did a grocery run today, and apparently we forgot to put some of the cold stuff away. So,
ooh,
yeah.
Rip. But I was just saying, Blue 4 is being very cautious with their approaches, possibly in being
Big
considerate of a counter push from Pierce's defensive commanding style, which we've seen before, and because the whole thing with Pierce is, and again, you can talk more about this, I'm sure, but Pierce
has weird strategies.
he has weird strategies.
This one I think is
Sometimes
gonna
those
work,
weird
though.
strategies are good. Sometimes his weird strategies are not good. In this case,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
life.
from what I've seen so far, his weird strategy, this strategy isn't even weird. It's just a good strategy. He's consolidated his forces across a pretty wide AO. Like if one, it
doesn't sink though. That's the good part.
The center cache were to get struck first.
It was
The other two caches would be, it'd take a good while for them to
temperature
even
proof
send
bag, so.
reinforcements if they wanted
Been away
to.
for a few weeks. Missed my
So
FNF
I think this
fix.
is a much more appropriate use
Did I
of
miss
the
anything in
AO
terms of pre-orders,
and
guys, by the way?
his resources. I'm just concerned about and again, this is a very circular and open-ended AO, whereas the last one was more linear. And with the last AO, we saw a very effective don't break defense.
Right. Thanks,
This one, you got a couple lines going. You know, we've got the exterior defense and then the interior defense, but I'm concerned as to how Red 4's ability to bend and to kind of roll with the punches.
More bear calf.
Technically,
Another
no one
two.
spotted it yet. I can hear something.
So yeah,
But also,
we'll
Uber
see how
Fire, thanks
that
for the 8
plays
months
out. I
resub.
guess I'll just mainly
I hope
depend
you keep
on
enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick
Blue
out of this
4s
scenario.
roll the dice, where they attack, when they attack, what they attack with. Just gonna depend.
So, I mean, Blue 4, they've encircled one cache. They're starting to get on top of it now.
Here's to the Bear Cav X2.
You've got some forces starting to head close. I think this is... No, it's actually Charlie going on the other southern one. But eventually, Blue 4 is then going to unify on that southern cache and start pushing to the northern one. Just how quickly will Op4 be able to turn around to start dealing with those caches? I think by the time they notice the second one go down, they'll redeploy
Send
everything
in
to the
Go
south.
Team
But
6
we'll just have to see.
now.
So, Scal, thanks
Yeah,
for the
we're
resub.
seeing
Help you buy more
Squeaks
I
on
appreciate
point.
it because we
He's
might
a combat
need it.
engineer,
Hope you keep
so
enjoying the
they will
operations.
be
Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario.
responsible for blowing shit up. But yeah, exactly what I anticipated. They're using the
ordered
tree line to the
92
northeast.
fives.
They're setting up in these perfect buildings to get eyes on the or onto this compound. They're seeing that it's pretty.
If someone
desolate.
ordered
They're
92,
sending in
it
their
means they
engineer to
gave
go and blow shit up
$1,656,
under the
in which
watchful
case
eyes of
I'd be
about
close
a
to buying
dozen
that
of
new
this
computer,
compound.
that's for sure.
So they're doing pretty good as far as their attacking structure. And Squeaks, he's being so paranoid. They're not even sending anyone up with him. Dreek is prone in a
He's
field.
the explosive
Barnes.
specialist. I think he's just going to run up, throw a satchel, and then run away at this point.
Yeah, he is, but it's just funny to see him like checking all of his corners by himself as everyone watches behind him with bated breath.
Righto, geek.
And Squeaks finds it.
Throw it, Squeaks.
No, he's checking his corners. He's making sure of everything, and yeah, he's
He's gonna plant. Okay.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. Or what you're saying is just toss a charge and blow it, but that does not seem to be the case
There's
for
the
this one.
detonator. I think one charge should be enough. Sometimes it's not, but I think since it's placed right next to it, it should be okay. Do it, Squeaks. Make it squeak. Make it squeak. Squeaker. He probably set it for 30 seconds, didn't he?
Squeakers and
Fives. I'd like to trust you,
maybe one day.
but that's a really awkward amount of money to give for 92 armed Kodiak attack bears. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to spawn like 30 bears. Today in 2001, Shrek came out. Interesting.
Sure, there it goes. Did
It
blow
wasn't
up?
enough.
God damn it.
It wasn't enough. The cache is boom boom proof.
It's also on its fucking side.
The cache is still armed and dangerous. Squeak's now going back to the AO to try to check out what's going on. There was no notification. Oh, that cache is angry.
Man, where's sideways when you need them?
All right, now he's got
Honestly,
Barnes with him. They're securing the area. Squeaks,
Honestly,
he's
I would say put 2 charges on it and put the timer for like 5 minutes and just keep going. Like they
Yeah, but what if
probably
it doesn't
know,
go
but-
off like this one, and they're like, I wonder why that cache didn't
guess.
go off. Blue 4 sending some scouting forces to the northernmost cache. Why am I being told to look at Falcon? What is Falcon doing? Falcon
They're not even
is...
penning a charge. They're just mag dumping it. Squeaks and Barnes.
When in doubt, just start shooting it. Falcon, excuse me, Kermit is trying to fly like a bird. Okay. He keeps jumping while he's running. He's bunny hopping.
Oh, I want to see him try and actually blow this cache up. He's got a G.
Anyway,
GM launcher as
there were
well.
shots reported by the cache site. Blue 4 just threw another charge. They're running.
Dumped 120 rounds of 5.56, one charge, and here's another charge.
The cache will not burn. The cache stands like Cadia.
Holy shit.
I mean, the cache, I think it has level 4 body armor this one. Oh, God, Miller. Miller destroys the cache. Wow, just a lot of... That cache took a lot of punishment, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. It eventually went down. Quite sad.
Mm-hmm. So,
Look
first
at
one
that
goes down.
defensive
What's
line
Falcon
over there,
doing
though.
now?
Good God. The planet will break before the ammo.
Sorry, Kermit. Is he's standing there, menacing. He's a green thumb in a fucking dirt world.
All right, Blue 4 is going to be extra cautious now. Time's running out on that clock. The one issue with these types of ops when you go eggs in one basket is if Blue 4, or I guess the attacking faction in this case, doesn't really understand that the defenders have gone all eggs in one basket, you have a lot of chill time until that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. But even then, even if and when that happens, the attacking side can't take any chances.
Here's 15
Because
doors to open
say,
to spook
Blue
the
4 laid a
players.
big trap
You got
with
it,
a large
Batman.
force in between two caches,
We're up to 16
and
door
Blue 4
opens
just
now.
assumed that the next cache is going to be clear, then they're going to get killed. So I think what they're doing here with Charlie being the scouting force is good. Since the first one was completely devoid of life, they're going to check this one out, see the same thing, and the majority of this force is going to then try probably move north and come in from the east, and we could see how that turns out.
I just got to know if Blue 4 is going to remount their Vix and drive to another target, or if they're going to walk on foot, because this is just going to stall the clock at this point. I just saw an Op 4 guy take a shot. I think that was a Hunt IR round going up. That or just a ricochet. I don't see the parachute deploying, so... Guess not. Okay. You got Charlie HQ being incredibly cautious as they go to the next cache site to the south. But again, I think Op 4 is going to wise up on this and just try to... I do appreciate how they are locking down some of these open areas around the cache site even further out, like Charlie 2's position. Really great lockdown position, but they're going to be quick to fold. So here's the deal, though. I can now open the doors for the bears to go into buildings now. But if you get me more bears, I now have enough to constantly open the doors to kill people with the bears. So I just need more bears. But more bears means everything can be deadlier.
Sorry, my chat is arguing with me about Patrick Warburton.
Oh, you're fine. I'm talking about how someone has pre-ordered a bunch of door openings, and someone else has they've pre-ordered a lot of bears. And animals in DayZ can't open doors, so I will open the doors for them. But the bear siege, it's not going to be immediate. It's going to be as the players are kind of getting themselves set up. So it's going to be funny. I'm just hoping the first person that the bears run into doesn't try to like run upstairs or run onto a rooftop immediately just to plink them off. But I'm debating also if I get a shit ton of bears, I might keep some in reserve after the first one just to see what happens with that first group. But we'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Let's see. When you started that sentence, I thought you were gonna say that someone paid for a bunch of door openings and someone paid for a bunch of door closings, so it was gonna cancel each other out.
Cancel each other out. Open, close. Open, close.
So that Charlie team, they're now approaching the compound. They see that no one's here. They're gonna.
Zhao's
probably do the
checking
same thing.
tents. All right, he's gonna find the cache. Throws a charge, but again, it's not gonna do anything. He's gonna need at least. It was 2 charges and it didn't do anything. So, oh, took it like a champ. Oh, its ass is exposed. Oh gosh, I don't think we can stream that.
It's holding a.
Oh.
It's holding the fatal.
Oh, we gotta ban it.
Chow, get out of the fatal funnel.
Jesus.
Have to fucking do.
It's trying to
All the
entice him
wolves
with
on
those
Jake.
succulent bottoms. Of the boxes, I mean.
You got it, New Horizons. Let me.
Oh. And now he's trying to insert himself into the boxes, Lolo.
It's 15
Beating.
wolves for. Okay, I can't guarantee they're gonna aggro on Jake, but I'll spawn them as close as I can.
And no. See, this is why the satchels are so much better.
Yeah, I mean, you get 4 charges, but the charges' blast radius and damage are very limited. People just like having a higher number of them, but satchels, they will get the job done. They will blow up an entire building. They'll destroy a cache. Plus, you get 2 of them. They're very good for this type of stuff.
Those explosive charges are more akin to like a breaching charge or something. They can still blow up a car or something like that, but just you toss them.
I mean, armored vehicles, though, they don't even blow them up. They just knock the wheels or
Exactly.
tracks out, but satchels will get the job done.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
I'm
not-
always a
it's
fan
not
of
like
satchels.
A basic car like a Humvee or a pickup or something that'll be blown up with one explosive charge. The satchel, that'll take out everything in the next neighborhood over.
Yep.
Oh, technically, no one spotted it yet. Dragon Ball. Hear something.
All right.
And there they go. Number 3, will it work?
It has to.
No, they got a 4th. Oh, they should at least.
3
No,
more
no
bears
dice.
plus the $4 I missed earlier and 2 doors.
See, one satchel would have done this.
We're up to 12
It would have
bears,
taken this
guys.
out completely.
Shooting it in frustration, and there it goes.
Hey.
Meanwhile, to the north, we got some gunfire. Bravo Blue 4 engaging Charlie Op 4. Charlie Op 4 taking some casualties.
Yeah, no, this is a great battle line here, at least as far as effectiveness. Charlie 1.
Op 4 don't have any fortifications, though, so it's just open ground versus open ground, and Blue 4 is winning the number game here. AT coming in. AT going out. Goes right above the transport truck, though.
Lucky break for Blue 4. And yeah, this is...
Enfilade fire being delivered by Delta Blue 4.
These guys are veterans. Why don't they even have, like, trenches or something dug?
I think they were trying to move to this. No, they were there, though. I don't know.
Like, all these forces have been here for...
Ooh, AT landing right in front of Sablon. Minimal damage, though, because they're only AT rounds. HE would have killed him.
Yeah. They probably still suffered a little bit of shrapnel, but nowhere near what an HE would have done. So they're gonna start pulling back since they're
step
engaged
cash.
and
Good
taking
God,
casualties.
Tiberius.
Big smoke screen behind them. That should signal to Bravo Blue 4 that they're pulling back. I think
So-
they had a bit of blue there, but
Looking to the south, Op 4 had someone in a Dishka car get killed. That was, oh no, Chine died up at Charlie HQ's position, but we have another body in a car. I don't know whose it was, though, because I think they rage quit, because they're not reporting
I
on the
see.
roster anymore.
I see.
Oh, no, it was G-Legs. Okay, it just didn't register in time. So, that Vic got shot up. Engine just got destroyed because we see black smoke coming from it. So these Op 4 guys are going to have to pull back. So really early engagements going on. Op 4 already starting to concede positions. But looking to the south, Bravo 2, for whatever reason, now trying to go on the offensive on a ridge overwatching the previous AO. I don't get why Op 4 is getting stir crazy here. They had great defensive positions, and now they're leaving them or abandoning them outright without any fortifications. Now you've got Charlie 2 in heavy engagement. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're perfectly fine. I think this this kind of counterattack here.
No
from
trenches
Red
were
Bull-
dug for Charlie 2 either. Sorry. I'm getting pissed like you in last round.
No, I completely understand and
What was the
emulate
point?
your feelings. But no, this Red Fort group here who's pushed out as a bit of a counterattack. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to cause some casualties and slow Blue For's roll. But as we're already seeing, they're getting outflanked. We have Sam here pushing in from the north, and he's got a machine gun. Is that the MG3? Please tell me that's the MG3. No, that's just a mini-me. But he's still going to be able to let that thing sing. I'm
going to be honest, though. The MG3 is so difficult to control. But, yeah, no, the 249 is going to be great for this role. He already gets one kill.
One down. I don't think they even know with all the bullets flying that he's coming from the flank. So
Enemies in 249, when you fire them, they're really great at keeping stability. So the MG3, I don't think Sam would be able to perform with that. You need to bipod or at least rest the MG3 in order for it to be truly effective. But if you can, oh my god, that thing will outperform anything. Or if you're in CQC and you have to turn a corner and kill 5 people, then that thing's what you need. But
ooh, here comes Kabubi facing Arcor from the flank of Sam, actually. Oh no, Sam's even been moving even
yep, he's been moving up as well.
They can take down Tech.
Chow and Lolo firing up a typical. Sam also firing in that direction.
His shots are a little over the place. Arcor's looking in the right
Arcor just
direction.
reacted. There's a bush in the way. Kabui now getting shots here.
Now Kabubi's getting suppressed. The shot's going over him. Hitting
yeah, they might be hitting Shrek. They might have gone on typical as well. GL's now going out. But yeah, this Op 4 force just got completely... It's decimated at this point. Might get wiped.
Yeah, they got 1, maybe 2 kills, but this Blue Fort force led by Lolo, they were able to just immediately adapt their plan, move through the forest. We saw Sam low-moving a little bit, I won't lie, but his actions there absolutely broke the defense here, and we're seeing Kabubi facing Hardcore having to fall back, which
Chow and Lolo pushing
for Sly and the rest of them to be flanked by Flux and Sismo.
Yeah, they're blindly suppressing right now. They don't even know where they're being attacked from at this rate. They're about to get cut off by Lolo and Chow. Flux pushing forward, though, putting some shots on Shrek. Got the other guy killed. Lolo now rushing up. Doesn't spot Tech's body. Flux almost taking out Lolo. Lolo freaking out, firing over at Flux.
And it's just ended Kabubi facing
And now
Hardcore.
Chow puts shots at Flux, and Flux just bends over on a knee and dodges those shots. Good God.
Oh, did he actually Matrix them?
Yep. Oh my god, King just freaking... Okay, yep, CQC headshot to the face.
Yeah. Bolt action sniper, no problem. And I think he's going to pick up his AK for... yeah, he picked up his AK for a secondary in case he gets into shit. That's
smart.
Beautiful. That is forward thinking.
Blue 4 making some pretty good advances here. Op 4 is really spaced out, though.
Look at this huge advance from Alpha and Delta for Blue 4. This massive blue is just coming in from the southeast. They're going to be able... Well,
I just saw Alpha 1 fire at Delta HQ here. That a little bit of blue on blue. A lot of forces here. They're going to get bottlenecked on that bridge. That's where I think Op 4 is going to be able to bounce back. But now we have an actual defensive fortification here for Op 4 Charlie 2. 2 machine guns firing out. Now let's see what Blue 4 can do here.
So I held my tongue for a second because if Blue 4 were to push in to the river, and these guys, Danny, Show, and Norris, were to just kind of fold in or
there's Bayan.
Charlie, Red Fort Charlie could get on the flank and just shred these guys with some amazing That's actually what they're already doing. I just saw one Blue 4 guy go down and not get back up.
So I wonder if the buildings can also support from this angle. And yes, you are starting to see some machine gun fire from the building in the back line. There's not a good position for these Land Rover HMGs to assist. Blue 4 actually doing a big smoke charge now as they're trying to displace on the left flank, even though we do have a few Op 4 guys on the left, but they're starting to take casualties.
So this is something we've seen before where an attacking force will smoke over across an open field and then push through that smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke does not stop bullets.
No, it does not.
The alternative in this scenario would be to pop that smoke, pull back, and head southwest to where, let's see, EK, Olaf, Barnes, Squeaks, where they are. Use the terrain to your advantage. Go into that lower ground and get around that firing line. Yes, they have to take contact here, but I'd rather fight 4 people than take fire from a dozen or more that are watching over that plateau.
Liru, I want my
Blue 4 is about to have 3 different engagements in 3 separate spots, putting pressure all across the area here. I don't think Op 4 have the forces in position to deal with all of them. We got Bravo 1 to stop X-Ray and Charlie HQ. Bravo for Op 4. Bravo 1 for Blue 4, meanwhile, is coming along the northern flank. Could sweep in behind and then put the inner garrison under pressure. And that could alleviate the main Blue 4 force that started the engagement to smash through Charlie 2 here. But they need to take out this flanking force here. Otherwise, they're going to get torn to smithereens between Charlie for Op 4 and then this 4-man force flanking from this nice defensive installation. It's concealment, not cover. And Momichi, you got it. Give me 1 second. 5 spiders. All right. So Falcon messaged Don to message me. Falcon has asked me to relay. Pierce defending 101. Fuck cover. Open fields and shitty covered forest. I'm watching half my team die in open fields. So it looks like X-Ray is in the back line right now. But yeah, I mean, that's what started with these 2 areas out here where Op 4 had to quickly pull back. And now it's just turning into a mess. I'm really worried about Charlie because they're going to start getting flanked by the north by Bravo. And Bravo, if they just follow the tree line down, yeah, there's a few fortifications in line, but there's no one really manning them except 2 dudes.
And already I'm seeing these Blue 4 numbers on the eastern side start to thin. They haven't taken a ton of casualties, but it is noticeable. And yeah, we do have that Blue 4 force.
But they're going to sandwich that defensive line. But the Op 4 guys to the south, they've been really holding here. No kills on any of them yet, though.
Interesting.
Blind suppression by EK right there from the smoke grenade.
Woke back up. Yeah, I saw him down Olaf, but he woke back up, surprisingly.
Charlie HQ, I called this. They're moving up the riverbed. But they're taking fire from Op 4 Charlie. Op 4 Charlie, I mean, good God, they're holding from so many different flanks right now. And they are just able to maintain this.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, they've been able to put...
Norris with the machine gun on 2 kills. Danny getting knocked out from some stray fire. And this other guy taken out.
Attacking the spot is really, really not...
Hey, TW, let's go. It's going pretty brutal right now, man. Thanks for the 13-month resub. Hope you enjoyed the DayZ event tonight. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario.
But they are starting to break the defenses. We see a charge coming in. Martin, Fist, Wheaton, they're pushing through that smoke. 3-man team, nuts to butts, trying to push through.
Yep, Danny's going to be medicing right now because he got knocked unconscious. Norris still up. He's up 2 kills with that PKP. Kernshaw trying to deliver some fire right now.
I think Danny's headbutt.
He might be because he's currently in a corner bandaging, now pulling away from that corner.
Oh, yeah,
Grenade attack going in. And now you got the internal defensive structures firing at Bravo, but Bravo's now stalling. They're picking off who they can, and Charlie's loading up in the gas, and they're pulling back. Now they're going to realize that that bridge has a stairwell. Don't go for it. Nope, they dismount right in front of it. All right.
It'd be funny if they tried to block it.
Yeah, right. It's technically illegal, though.
Technically, yeah, but yeah, you know, you're right.
50 cal Land Rover's now on the hill. It's firing into the building, trying to suppress it. 50 cal can penetrate into it as well. Hold on, look at King's position. All the way on the northwestern side. He's taking an enemy gun that we talked about earlier. And he's now getting right on top of this Op 4 defensive line.
Yeah, using that AK-74. Honestly, that sound aspect really plays a lot of it. It is one of the 5 key senses. And when you don't have smell, you don't have taste in Arma,
what's he going on
about? You have to rely on the others.
Takes out that guy. Double taps him. Steve drops right in front of him. King gets the last shot. Green Shade folding in, doesn't realize that's an enemy shooter because it's a friendly gun. King comes out, mag dumps Green Shade. And they didn't hear it coming because it sounded like a friendly gun. Grav now running around. He goes prone. He knows something's up. Trying to fire at King's feet. King then quickly runs out, realizing he's being shot at. He's coming around. Grab going, guns up. But oh, the trade!
Headshot trade. Blow for blow.
Wow.
King. What does King end on? I gotta know.
I think that was 4 or 5 kills. Yeah. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
He made up, though, because a lot of his group got cut down over to the southwest. They've been very heavily decimated here. Op4, though, that outer group also had a lot cut down. It's just Leg 2 fighting Cake here and Armagesus, so eventually they'll be able to trickle in. Meanwhile, Op4 have lost a lot of their force on the flank. Norris has died, Kernshaw being the only one alive. Still have these 4 Op4 guys in the back, but they managed to take out EK and Olaf. They are down. So that can start harassing the southern side of Blue 4. It's still looking like anyone's game, though.
Here comes Muniz. Does he have a GL?
Bay's dead.
Like he might. No,
Flux,
he doesn't.
Kane, Michael are down.
I think he's just a rifle or an assist or something. So he's got maybe a couple
really
frags
heavy
and then
names dead
G36.
tonight.
He could do something here. He sees the backside of Kevin, but that Gorka actually pretty well camouflaging him. He's probably also holding his trigger, waiting to get nice and close, get a clean shot. He's got one on Dylan right there. Clean.
No, there's a little bit of definitely cover for Wiki.
Does not know what happened.
F to the king.
Use that fire. He's gonna push around, try and find another angle. He might find.
Wow, AT just went through, knocked out Killer Wolf. It went into the HQ building that Op4 is really trying to fortify here, the radar HQ. They gotta be careful though, because the objective building, it's got a good amount of defenses though. Now you got Blue 4 running down to the river. They're gonna go for a cross. Catnip doing some suppressive fire, but no one on Op4 is overwatching this position now. I think they're in defilade cover. But no, there's just no Op4 there, period, because they're being suppressed by that M2 Vic.
It is double tap the body. I know you got a headshot on the back of his head, but you gotta double tap it.
There it is. Good double tap. Olaf and X still down. McKenzie trying to get close by. He is the medic. Colin and Bad here. Bad on 2 kills. Nice, but good little bit of backline harassment to stop some extra guys trickling in, but Blue 4 has a lot of people in here. It could still really go either way.
I feel like the fact they've crossed this river is a big start for them. And yeah, like you said, they crossed just the river. They didn't even bother using the bridge that Sablon. He's actually hiding in the bush under the truck. He's got an SVD. It's not the best close quarters weapon, unfortunately, for him. Like you said, they are using them very effectively for the defensive aspect of this. Blue 4 needs to deal with it somehow. Lolo's pushing up that G36. He's going to try and hop in, I think. Can't quite get the interact. Oh, finds a window. Oh no, it's going to be bad.
Bearded Lord, thanks for the 50-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Sorry, that crashing in, and it just popped over its front wheel by hitting a tree. Those strong finished trees, they'll do you dirty, just like Oro getting headshot there.
Coming around the rear there.
So he's down for the count.
I don't know. I feel like Op4 have the numbers to resist this, but where the actual objective is, I mean, I think Blue 4 might be able to sneak this one out.
Oh, Catnip just threw a satchel charge.
That's going to kill these 2 unconscious guys.
And everyone else in there, I think. Yep, that was way more than 2. That was way more than 2. And while that narrows down the buildings that they have to clear, honestly, that takes care of the entire problem.
Yeah, that's why I love satchels. That's why I love satchels.
No shot. No shot. Eagle actually wakes back up in the rubble, dusts himself off, but he's got to be stunned from that.
Kermit doing his best. I'm watching him get hits, but he's not landing any kill shots. Now using his handgun, taking suppressive fire. Op4 needs to rally forces from those buildings over to this building, or at least push some sort of counterattack. Eagle waking back up, gets a kill. Lolo pushes him, but is unable to...
For Christ's sake.
Remember, aiming down your sights is better than just spraying bullets all over the damn place. There we go.
In front of all the bodies. Yeah, he finally got him.
Speaking of aiming, finally we see Kermit get a kill with that AKS. All right, so this Blue 4 attack has actually been stopped. A lot of people are unconscious. Seasmo waking back up, though. And Blue Op 4, yep, they're rallying more forces to head into the building. We might see a small encore bounce back.
Because, I mean, I think they've noticed that not a lot of the blue force is coming from the west, like I imagine it would be. So, I mean, we still have
Freaking
revenge. X-ray is still out there somewhere, but yeah, now we're gonna have 4 or 5, even 6 maybe inside that building. The problem with blowing up that building was that blue 4 just kind of stuck around.
Yeah, they
tried to
should
push
have
across.
pulled back to cover or something, but they stayed there and
they
just
were
got picked off.
super exposed to Saddam and his group over there to the west. That whole base of fire was able to open up on them once the building was no longer existing. So I don't disagree with the call to blow it, but it just had repercussions.
Blue Force still have the numbers. It's really going to rely on Colin and Bad Reki to hit the rear of this Blue 4-4 trickling on this one angle, but we still have Arma Jesus and Cake here on the outskirts to worry about. Op 4, we still have quite a few guys outside of where the action is right now, not really being utilized effectively. And Blue 4, I mean, they still have a lot of people to trickle in, but they're all kind of scattered at this point, so it's going to be up to these scattered fights. We see Colin and Bad Reki knocking out Nuclear Goat. Savan going prone right now, doesn't realize where those shots are coming from. He's got an MG3, though. If he can stabilize it, then he can get some really nice shots, but the tree is kind of blocking his view of Colin and Bad Reki. Bad Reki firing AT, hits just short of the Land Rover. Sharky checking the gun there, realizing it's probably disabled. But now Blue 4 pushing across the dam, staying in the low ground.
Yeah, and right now that building is smoked out and pretty damn tough. I wonder if... Here, hold on. Oh, so this is interesting. I think it's because of the because this is an Arma 2 port.
Yep.
Yeah, from inside the building, they don't see the smoke. If you go inside with caches and look at the window,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
yeah, they don't see that smoke. So even though they're smoking out that building, it's not effective just because of how this building is, I guess, programmed.
Blue 4 on the first floor. They're in the breach. Azuki trying to hold. Gets gunned down by multiple different directions. Cash is on the second floor, so if a satchel gets thrown up here, it's GG. Jokro running up and pre-firing. And he's taken out by Herb. Wheaton caught in a grenade throw. Excuse me. Herb was caught in a grenade throw. Wheaton forced to pull back. Kermit running on the rooftop gets shot multiple times. That was a really bad call. You don't want to be on the open. Open rooftop like that? Not good.
I don't know why you pushed down. You pushed down there and got killed.
Some getting taken out. N1 taking out Wheaton. But out for, they're out of defenders here. They only have N1, and the northern group's getting harassed by X-Ray. I think it's GG.
Here comes Blom. He's going to push up those stairs and not find anyone. And if he doesn't, if he checks his right, yep, he sees that cache. What does he have to work with? I think he's checking that himself.
Yep. AT, I mean, we've got an AT gunner coming up. Seismo, though it looks like he's already spent. He's picked up an enemy PKM. No, that's PKV, my bad. Muni's now running over. If Blam can find something to hit that cache, he's golden. He's got to look for AT or explosive specialist or something that he can convert.
I think that's what he's doing.
He's going for the mag dump.
Fuck it.
That's going to make N1 want to come up there. He is crippled, but he's going. Blam's not going to be able to get the cache destroyed by the time N1 gets up there. Again, wasting time with grenades. Grenades don't do shit to the cache.
This is the worst possible time because he has to reload.
Blam now reloading.
Oh, but he pulls around the corner.
N1 can't get the angle, but he gets the kill anyway because he committed.
Nice.
N1 going to be holding. Pierce tries to cross. He gets shot. Now it's a 3-person fight. Well, no, 5-person because Colin and Bad Reki still on the rear of this Blue 4 group. They can still do damage and stop these guys from coming over, but it's up to Thomas and N1 and Appa to hold, but they're ways away. Sharky trying to get Colin there. Colin returning fire. Sharky gets Colin. I think we're just delaying the inevitable here. Seismo with that PKP, though, that's going to be it to mag dump that cache. N1, though, forming defensive. If I was N1, I would be waiting on that stairwell, just kind of watching down.
I think it's a good spot. He's actually, the barrel of his gun is actually sticking out just a little bit.
Yep.
Well, not anymore, but That's the kind of thing you got to be kind of mindful.
Pierce woke back up and tries to run in. Muniz takes him out, though.
No way. After all
Thomas
that
got
time.
knocked out, though, on the rear by Kekir. Appa's going to stay defensive. It's 3 people. I think this is it. With 12 minutes remaining, it's enough time for Blue 4 to come in.
Yeah, and only a couple people left up. This was a great defense from Blue 4. Or sorry, from Red 4. Excuse me. Honestly, like, say what you will about the all eggs in one basket, but they really did a good job in trying to defend this. And I think it just came down to strokes of luck. Ooh, Muniz.
Yeah, he crawled. He's going to go around the lawn way.
Yeah.
Seismo doesn't learn. That might hurt Muniz. At least he gets the kill there. Oh my God.
I'm gonna join y'all up here.
Oh, that was brilliant. Oh. I have no words. I think it's GG at this point, but I just...
What Seismo did?
Yep. Okay. Seismo, the cash. You could literally control space and scroll. That door to just be barely open. You can just mag up the cash from a little slit, but that's fine.
I think he's just going to mag dump the rest because he has no threats within a country mile.
Yeah, he's going to have friendlies come up, and then they're going to start mag dumping after he can secure that position.
Him, and then they're going to lose the round Blue 4. Like
Friendly
that.
fire moment?
Oh!
Like that. Like that.
I'm glad.
And then Wiki goes in, he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Why did I hear more gunfire?
Because Wiki tried to kill Nuclear Goat as well.
Oh my god.
I'm confused.
Certified Pierce game.
Appa died.
Certified
Certified
Pierce is on red 4. This is Blue 4 we're talking about.
If Pierce is leading,
Spies.
it is a certified Pierce game. Get it right.
This is a certified Pierce moment.
That's right. Bad Recce, he knocked out Corporal Fist, but if he dies, I mean, it's GG that way,
It's
too.
GG
Like,
anyway.
good God.
Christ.
All right, Bad, just literally somehow get to the cache before Blue 4 wises up to blowing it up, and then just Iron Man. I don't freaking know.
I don't even realize that that the guy upstairs is friendly. I think they still think he's hostile.
I hope he double taps him. That will make my night.
I know, right? It must have been the PKP. He must have seen like the barrel or some part of the gun and assumed.
All right, there's
And you know what
hostiles
I'm
up there.
assuming does?
We need to wait for reinforcements. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
It does.
All right, Bad Recce. You don't know this, but you have some friendlies in Blue 4 trying to help you. Unfortunately, one of them is Arma Jesus, and he's smart, and he has AT.
There's a spy among us.
I want to see another grenade throw that kills someone. Wiki has made it up. He's now checking to see if Seismo does a ninja flip, trying to kill Wiki from the grave. Unfortunately, it dealt no damage.
And, oof.
Yeah, the flying roundhouse missed.
And there's the mag dump. Did you only have 3
Wow.
bullets left in the box?
He
Yes,
did.
yes, he did.
Do you have more ammo? You only had 3 bullets. Can I have that ammo? Bad Recce. Here he comes. Suppress shooter. Who?
Nuclear, come on. You have the MG3. Please just go upstairs.
No, they're scared, man.
Kick
We're
here.
stuck.
They're
You need
scared
to
of each
assassinate
other.
Bad Recce.
Use this shit bomb.
Kick here. Get the kill. Sharky. Oh god, there's the kill by Cake here. Alright, it's GG. Op 4 eliminated. Call it. Call it.
It's done.
Op 4 eliminated.
We did it! Yay!
It's time for
God,
pain
that
and suffering.
sucks.
It sucked for you? Oh man, dude, Pierce was playing fucking ping pong with the X-ray. He sent us 4 different directions in the span of 2 minutes.
Not surprised. It wasn't a bad idea, at least his initial defense, but
Aw,
yeah, I'm
man.
sure he was not.
I have no words.
Oh lord.
I'm gonna go play Pay for Pain.
I'm gonna go bid you guys adieu. Pay for pains in an hour. I have to set it up, so I'll see you guys later.
All right, I'll be sticking around for round 3. Thank you all. Thank you, Liru, for co-casting as always.
Bye bye. See you next week. Oh, man. Let me cut the recording.